just that, I think it was Peter's book, it was Charlie's book, or one of the books downstairs, I know. Somebody was just taking the inserts and he's picking inside 10 inserts, I'm sure. And it becomes we're trying to sort it away. I didn't.
But then there's no snow. I hear all the snow on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I work Friday. Yeah.
Are we all set to go?
Yeah.
Already.
Do you have the budget transfer?
No,
the original,
I'm gonna ask to table that to the end of the meeting.
these?
Yep.
Oh,
If you all please join me for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I get a roll call?
yeah.
Here. Here.
You know?
Here.
Vice Williams?
Here. Absolutely, you're right.
Public notice is hereby given that the town board of the town of Patterson, New York will hold a public hearing in consideration of contracting with the Patterson Fire Department number 1 to provide fire protection, rescue, and first aid services collectively referred to herein as fire protection services in all or a portion of the Patterson Fire Protection District as shown on the fire map filed in the office of the Putnam County Clerk as filed map number 793. Said public hearing will be held at the Patterson Town Hall, 1142 Route 311, Patterson, New York, on December 18th, 2024, at 7:00 p.m. in the evening of that day, or as soon thereafter as may be held, at which time all persons interested therein shall be heard. For such services, the Patterson Fire Department number 1 shall receive the yearly sum of $1,048,275. The contract shall run for 1 year from January 1, 2025, and shall expire on December 31, 2025. A copy of the proposed contract may be obtained from the town clerk at the address below. The town board will make every effort to assure the hearing is accessible to persons with disabilities. Anyone requiring special assistance and or reasonable accommodation should contact the town clerk.
Thank you. I would ask anybody here in the room tonight, if you have any comments or questions on the contract with the Patterson Fire Department, if you'd approach the mic, state your name for the record and your address and ask your question or make your comment. John? Bob? Okay, we're gonna pull right up to them. I would ask anybody joining us by Zoom tonight, if there's anybody on Zoom, if you have any questions about the Patterson Fire Department contract, if you would unmute, state your name and address for the record. Ask your question.
Motion to close the public hearing?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next.
Public notice is hereby given that the town board of the town of Patterson, New York will hold a public hearing in consideration of contracting with the Putnam Lake Fire Department to provide fire protection, rescue, and first aid services collectively referred to herein as fire protection services in all or a portion of the fire protection district as shown on the fire map filed in the office of the Putnam County Clerk as filed map number 793. Said public hearing will be held at the Patterson Town Hall, 1142 Route 311, Patterson, New York, on December 18th, 2024, at 7:00 p.m. in that evening of that day, or as soon thereafter as may be held, at which time all persons interested therein shall be heard. For such services, the Putnam Lake Fire Department shall receive the yearly sum of $561,428. The contract shall run for 1 year from January 1, 2025, and shall expire on December 31, 2025. A copy of the proposed contract may be obtained from the town clerk at the address below. The town board will make every effort to assure that the hearing is accessible to persons with disabilities. Anyone requiring special assistance and or reasonable accommodation should contact the town clerk.
Same rules. If there's anybody here tonight that wishes to make any comments, if you'd approach the mic and state your name. Barry, did you have something? All right, I'll ask anybody joining us by Zoom tonight if anyone has any comments or questions concerning the Putnam Lake Fire Department budget. If you would unmute, state your name and address for the record.
Motion to close the public hearing?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Right. Somebody like to audit the bills?
Sure, I'd like to make a motion to approve abstract number 23 dated December 6, 2024, in the amount of $810,509.35. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to ask the town board to table the budget transfers and fund transfers to the end of the meeting, if you would be so gracious.
Sure.
Okay, Sean, you're up.
Okay, last meeting, we had discussed some items that were being auctioned off, and the highway department was not happy with some of the results we had received. They went back and counteroffered. And in this particular case, we have now an agreement that is being supported by our highway superintendent, Ed Foster, to sell the 2001 International Bucket Truck through Auctions International for an amount of $12,000 to Mr. Grillo. Make a motion that we approve the sale of that vehicle and ask that the resolution for that sale be entered into the record as though read. So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye. And then the next item is a request from Mr. Foster for two purchase items. The first is purchasing the truck wing, the wing plow for a vehicle that was approved to be purchased back in 2022. And that item was not added into the bid at that time. They are now replacing one of the wing trucks, so they find it necessary to add this item. They only run two of these trucks, one on each end of town. That item is $20,000 for the wing, for the plow. And the second item is a plow and sander for the F-550 small dump truck, which is also being purchased. So in total, it is $20,000 for the wing, and it's, let's see, $17,000 for the snowplow and sander, for a total of $37,000, and that'll come up later in the budget transfer document. So I'll make a motion that we approve those purchases as requested by Ed Foster Jr. So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, the town board has before it the year-end resolution, which we do every year. It's been modified a little bit in consultation with our town attorney to clarify actually what we are trying to do here, which is to authorize the supervisor and town controller to pay any anticipated bills or make any budget transfers we need to make between now and December 31st. Without objection, I'd like to ask that the town clerk, I'd like to move this resolution and ask the town clerk to enter it into the record as though read.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. I was hoping to be a little bit farther along with the EMS building. We are still working with the contractors on the pricing. And we are working with a bonding company to firm up what we're going to do with the additional amount. I have provided the estimated project cost for this building, including the design costs, the construction costs, which currently are sitting at $3,192,265. The funding that we have to pay for this building, which is $1,131,139. And the projected impact to the annual budget, should we move forward with everything as it stands right now. I'm not looking for really any decisions tonight, but if there's any questions or comments, I'll try to field them. But I wanted to have everybody to have this information as we move forward with this project.
Just simply a comment, not really a question per se, but first of all, thank you for the breakdown of what the potential costs would be under bonding. We have committed to the EMS, the town of Patterson EMS. We are talking about full-time positions. We are looking at adding a state-of-the-art building to our commercial campus. The reason I think that it was worth the money that we spent for buying the property in the back was to be able to have the ability to add on to our footprint and to continue to build the infrastructure of the town of Patterson. So while I think when we started this conversation, we were very limited in our scope, and I think we've expanded, I personally think that the attributes of the building that we're proposing are significant for the future of the town of Patterson EMS. So to me, the amount of the bond over the 30 years is, I don't want to say nominal because it's not nominal, but given the amount of money we spend for our fire services, I think that this is a small price for the life-saving capabilities that this project supports. So I think that our role is to make sure that we are fiscally conservative in the money that we spend, but I think that this money goes a long way towards the future of EMS services in the town of Patterson. And one thing that we spoke about when we started the EMS was that we were going to make sure that we provided the best service, even though it costs a lot of money. That if it was your loved one that was waiting for ambulance service, you would want that at any expense. And so I'm fully supportive of moving forward with the project. I appreciate and I applaud Supervisor Williams for getting together with the contractors and fine tuning the project. But I want to say, Rich, that I am fully supportive of the work that you're doing and also moving forward with this in its final detail. I just wanted to put that up there. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Thanks, Sean.
I agree.
Are we at the end of value engineering?
No, we're not.
Okay,
I mean, that's one of the holdups.
gonna continue on down that
Yes.
road. I know it's not gonna be, half the price, but
Oh, no,
It's
we're
gonna
lucky if we're gonna
bring it
save
down a little.
$100,000 off of this, but, what I'd like to do is bring a resolution to the town board for each of the contractors next meeting,
Mhm.
along with deducts, so we have a better idea about what we are doing. I've already talked to one of the contractors about, as this project moves forward, them working with us to perhaps change some of the materials or some of the designs so as to bring the cost down. So similar to what I did with the courthouse, where I value engineering the building as we build it,
okay,
to try to, make even more of a savings.
and
This
we're
is-
not gonna take out anything that the EMS is asking for, requires by doing so, or we are,
I don't know.
okay,
I'm not gonna commit to one thing or
Okay.
another at this point.
okay.
Sure.
I will tell the board that, I'm probably one of the most fiscally conservative people that this, board has ever seen, and that, I've been trying to save the taxpayers' money every year. We've held our line on raising the taxes, and since 2020, we've actually been able to retire $140,000 in long-term debt. We retired another $40,000 this year in long-term debt. Next year, the plan is to retire yet an additional $30,000 in long-term debt. So what we're looking to increase the long-term debt is well below what we've retired, but again, it's kind of contrary to the direction I've been trying to get this down in, so. But we will do what we can, and hopefully next meeting we'll have something more concrete for the board on the EMS building.
Thank
All
you.
right. Next on my agenda, in talking with a couple of employees, they were concerned about the amount of vacation that they're holding. And they were interested in perhaps the town buying back some of the vacation. There's a benefit for the town doing that and keeping the productivity of the employees up. I asked the controller to evaluate whether we could afford it. The money is in the 2024 budget with savings that we've made over the year, including not appointing a town board member for a period of time. That we actually could buy everybody, we could offer to buy everybody out, not that everybody's going to take it. All the town hall and court employees and the rec center full-time employees, 2 weeks of vacation. So I'm throwing it out to the board. What would you like to do with this?
Well, I'll start. I think that, as an employee, being able to buy out vacation time is not very nice for myself. I'm very committed. I don't really like to take days off. You take a week off from work, you come back and you have a lot more work to do just playing catch up. You have committed, dedicated employees that take maybe day here, day there, and somehow can't use all of their vacation time. It's a benefit, like you said, for us to keep the productivity going and not having to fill the absences, and it's a benefit for the employee. And it also creates longevity with them when they're happy. So I'm in agreement with it.
I'm in agreement with Mary.
Happy employees, productive employees, I think it's a good idea.
Happy to support this, but I do hope that people use more of their time because it's also good to have work-life balance. Sometimes you
And
do need a break even from
Family
great job.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I've been saying that for 35 years.
All right, so everybody in the public is aware the costs for buying out 2 weeks for all the general fund full-time employees comes to $45,264.60. And I'd like to make a motion to approve the purchase of up to 2 weeks of vacation buyout for all general fund full-time employees. So moved.
Second.
All in favor? My executive session is no longer needed. I thought we had come to an agreement with the UPSEU unit on a temporary MOA while we went through contract negotiations, but it fell apart. So we're going back into contract negotiations. So, Mary, you're up.
Yep, we have requests from Mr. Matt Shabaro. We have a non-bid request for pricing procurement request form here for 30 T-shirts with the logo on the front. The low bidder came in was Extreme Designs. And I'd like to make a motion to approve the amount not to exceed more than $360 for Extreme Designs for the 30 T-shirts. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Another non-bid we have here for is 230 sprint jump reversible jerseys. The low bidder this time was Team Built in the amount of $3,324.86. So I'd like to make a motion to approve an amount not to exceed more than $3,360 for the Team Built for the 230 jump reversible jerseys. So,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chavarro has a new hire request. The recreation assistant for the town of Patterson will be coming in at the rate of $13 per hour. I'd like to make a motion to approve Micah Middlebrook as the recreation assistant pending all paperwork submitted to Miss Sue Brown prior to the start of employment. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is this something that's being tabled?
The lighting district?
Yeah, no, right?
No.
Okay. I saw there was a transfer attached to it, so,
Not if you want to have streetlights.
no, I need a couple more. It was very dark driving here. Anyone notice that this evening? It was very dark.
The weather.
Okay, so I have a resolution here for the interfund transfers for the Patterson Lighting District. The Office of the Comptroller has recommended an interfund transfer from the general fund to the two lighting district funds in connection with the increased cost to the districts in the amount not to exceed $9,500.00. So I'd like to make a motion to approve this resolution and enter it into the record as though read, dated December 18th, 2024. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Just like to add that I cannot tell you how much I appreciate New York State Electric and Gas. The town installed LED lighting at some cost as a cost saving measure. And for a couple of years, it worked out. And then NYSEG, realizing that they were not making as much money on LED lights, have gone to the Public Service Commission now twice and gotten in this year rate increases. So. Joe, you're up.
Okay. Let's see, I have here a resolution to renew a contract with the Putnam County Office of Senior Services with the town. They would provide us for $2,500 for the calendar year 2025. They would provide us with someone who would help anyone over the age of 60 in the county or in the town with various services that are provided by the county. Healthcare or you need a ride somewhere. So If there are no objections, I would make a motion that we approve the resolution renewing the agreement with the Putnam County Office for Senior Resources and enter it into the record as though read. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. And then I also have a resolution. So we have a new member of the Putnam Lake Fire Department, Mr. Timothy Polka. He has been accepted by the fire department pending his background checks and physical exams and so forth. So I would like to, if there are no objections, I would make a motion that we approve the resolution accepting Timothy Holka as a new member of the Putnam Lake Fire Department and enter it into the record as though read. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I will thank you to Timothy and be safe out there.
Peter.
I have, on my agenda regarding Putnam Lake, the Park District. First is a request for proposal. I'd like to approve the request for proposal for the algae.
We're putting this out for bid.
To forbid.
I'm sorry.
You're gonna authorize the town clerk.
Right.
Put it out for bid. Sorry.
No, it's getting there.
Sorry.
At this point, I'd like to authorize the town clerk to announce this and put it out to bid. So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have two different tree maintenances proposals. We'd like to make a motion to accept New England Tree in the amount of $18,880 to do the work that they've described in their proposal. And so I'd like to approve the $18,880 to New England Tree. So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The second tree proposal, the low bid was Bill Henry Tree Service at $3,800. And again, there were two proposals on this one, and Bill Henry Tree Service came in lower. Both proposals were for the same work. I'd like to ask that we approve Bill Henry Tree Service in the amount of $3,800 to do that work. So moved. Oh,
can I just correction, it's 3,500, is that correct, or?
oh, not to exceed 3,800. Yeah. it's
No, you know what, I think I see, am I seeing this right? Is there
So
a
what
figure?
department heads tend to do at times is they will go out, they will get the prices,
Mhm.
and then they will,
Add a little
like,
bit.
yeah, they will add a little bit more just in case anything
Okay.
comes up. And sometimes it's appropriate. And sometimes it's not. And in this case, the work is clearly defined. And I don't know that I would increase.
looks like-
Okay, so let me,
Because I think that it's just been,
let me
No.
rephrase that then. I'd like to award the bid for work to Bill Henry Tree Service in the amount of $3,500. So moved.
second,
All in
Thank you,
favor?
Mary.
Aye.
This is,
All right. I would like to make a motion to add one thing down to the agenda. When we, well, it has to do with the tablets we approved last meeting. I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. So when we ordered the tablets at the last meeting, where we approved the expenditure for the tablets we need for the MS4 program, unfortunately, they forgot to put in the shipping.
Oh.
So we need to redo that. The
Not that much money, but yes. So it's an additional $38.60, it looks like.
Yeah.
Additional shipping
yes,
brings the total to 2868.39. What we approved was 2830.23.
yep. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the additional expense. So moved. All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Any other board member have any other business?
I do. I have some.
Go ahead.
I was out near Soros the other day and I noticed that the building or the storefront next to it is finally filled with a new business. Angler's Den, is a fly fishing, which I went in and I said hello to the new guy. I wished him well and I hope that everybody, maybe you need a new fishing rod or a fly rod or someone for Christmas needs one, so we can support our new local business and help him to succeed. So just welcome to him and
Very good. And he does have a website, if anybody's looking for that.
there we go. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I would just like to say happy holidays, happy new year.
Mhm.
We'll see you next year.
I'll say thank you to Mr. Ed Foster for the last storm, once again, coming through for the school
Oh, yeah.
districts, and
That's
Absolutely.
know,
quick service, yes.
last two storms were a little crazy, had the roads all cleaned up and had to go back out because it fell hard. Again, we had our first 3-hour delays rather than a 2-hour delay.
Yeah.
Past two storms, so thank you, Ed.
Absolutely agree. Thanks,
And
Ed, and the
and the
highway
crew.
department in its entirety.
All right, so speaking of holidays, we have an adjustment to our sanitation schedule. 2024 trash pickup in observance of Christmas and New Year's. Garbage district number 1, the Wednesday route will be picked up on Thursday. Garbage district number 2, the Wednesday route will be picked up on Friday. Okay, and I'm sure this is up on our website and my Facebook page and everywhere else I can think. Couple of other things I just want to say. I was contacted by a resident this week who wanted me to recognize Vinnie Murphy, who does our sidewalks, who has donated a considerable amount of his time in doing the maintenance on the historic cemetery down on Route 311 near Brick House Road. So a shout out to Vinnie Murphy for volunteering his time. And I also wanted to do a shout out to our Veterans Memorial Park Advisory Board and Timmy, the caretaker, who have decorated it. I don't know if you've been by it, but they decorated the pavilion. It looks
Oh, yeah.
fantastic. Yeah. So, and that is it for me.
Do we want to do budget transfers?
We do now. Yes, we do. Somebody want to do budget transfers?
I'll do them.
What's that? Okay.
There's a lot of them. Okay, 2024 budget transfer request number 46, dated December 18th, 2024. This budget transfer is necessary to reallocate funds for the attached requested items by the highway department for the newly purchased trucks. Be taking from the general repairs contractual, 14,500. Machinery contractual, fuel usage, 25,000. Snow removal contractual, 27,000. And moving that to machinery, equipment and capital outlay, 37,000, machinery contractual, 25,000, and insurance, 4,500. Make a motion to approve budget transfer request number 46. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Budget transfer request number 47, dated December 18th, 2024. This budget transfer is necessary to reallocate funds for the additional cost to the tax certiorari and personal services accounts for year-end transactions. Taking from sanitation equipment and capital outlay, 2,000, from employee benefits, workman's compensation, 2,000, moving to tax certiorari, $651, sanitation personal services, $3,349. I'll make a motion to approve budget transfer request number 47. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You have an extra one for me there?
Yeah.
Budget adjustment request number 48, just dated December 18th, 2024. Budget adjustment is necessary to allocate additional funds for the storm sewers equipment account and for the new MS4 tablets and tax certiorari account. We'll be increasing the interest earnings.
Fast.
Interest earnings revenue account, $4,966, and increasing tax certiorari's $2,066. and the storm sewers equipment and capital outlay $2,900. I'll make a motion to approve budget adjustment request number 42.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Budget transfer request number 49, dated December 18, 2024. This budget transfer is necessary to reallocate funds for the additional costs to the sewer treatment distribution contractual chemicals account for the year end transaction, taking from the sewer treatment, I don't know if it's for distribution. Contractual operations, $300 to sewer treatment, distribution, contractual chemicals, $300 expense accounts. Make a motion to approve budget transfer request number 49. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so 45 is slipped in here. Budget adjustment request number 50, dated December 18, 2024. This budget adjustment is necessary to allocate additional funds for the street lighting accounts in both lighting districts due to increases in costs. Be increasing due from other funds, 9,500, due to the general fund, 4,000, and due to the general fund revenue liability accounts, 5,500, and increasing the street lighting contractual 4,000, street lighting contractual again, account 5,500, and interfund loans 9,500. Be making a motion to approve budget adjustment request number 50. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So we have budget transfer request 45, dated December 18, 2024. This budget transfer is necessary to reallocate funds for the 2024 general fund vacation buyout accounts if approved for the year-end adjustment. Be taking from the personal services, $9,050, from the Justice Court Building Personal Services, $2,450, Fire Code Officer Personal Services, $3,500, Planning Board Personal Services, $2,500, and moving that to Accounting Personal Services, $6,050, Town Hall Buildings Personal Services, $2,450, Code Enforcement Personal Services, $3,500, Superintendent Highway Admin Personal Services, $3,000, and Planner Personal Services, $2,500. I'll make a motion to approve budget transfer request number 45. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No. Not approval of that.
Public recognition. Is anybody joining us here tonight? Do you have any questions? You would state your name and address for the record.
Bell, Lakeshore Drive, Patterson. Regarding the EMS building, would it be cheaper to knock that building down and start from scratch?
No. Because we'd still have the same issue. We'd still have a building that we have to construct. Now we'd have the demolition costs and we'd be losing.
You'd have the demolition cost, but you wouldn't have such an engineering study about load bearing beams and all that.
Yeah, we would still have all that, Bob.
Bob, I think I'm confused. I want to make sure you and I, that we're all saying the same thing. You realize that this is to build a new building and leave the house the way it is. We're not renovating the house for the EMS. Is that, are
What do you
you
do with that?
building a new building in front of it? That keeps the existing house that we can still renovate for light office use for a not-for-profit or some of these two. So that was what I was hearing, was that you were thinking that we were
Yeah,
renovating.
it was.
We're not.
Oh,
No, we're not.
Redo that building.
No, sir.
No, sir, thank you.
Thank you.
It was a good question.
Anyone else? Okay, I will turn to our audience joining us by Zoom. If anybody has any questions or comments, if you would unmute, state your name and address for the record. God, Meg, I hate to do this to you.
I know what she's here.
So hearing none, I would like to add my sentiments to that of Peter, and I'm sure the whole town board, by wishing everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and a safe and healthy holiday.
Thank you.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Merry Christmas, Nikki.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Nikki.
Christmas.
Got at least 11 more years out of that.
It's a pretty 11.
Contract. They told you. It is against.
Thanks, John. Same to you.
Good to you. Thank you.
So
See what that's what.